Nowadays, in a time where artists have a wide access to high quality equipment and producers, I find it confusing as to why many of them fail to fully utilize the production readily available to them. And this in turn causes these artists to fall into a monotonous slump, sticking to the same production, style, aesthetic, project after project, leading these artists to make a stagnant album. However, I feel like there are only a few select artists that are truly complimented by their production, and Brent Faiyaz is one of them. Over the years, there have been many R&B acts that fail to have the natural success and genre-bending sound as Brent Faiyaz. Utilizing soft mellow tones, melancholic leads and warm pads, Brent meticulously crafts a vivid narrative without overloading the listener. So, how does he do it? One of the more commonly used techniques that Brent utilizes in the first part of the song is singing on sparse but meaningful instrumentals, not letting the beat outshine him but allowing it to fill in the pockets that would have otherwise made the track feel empty. Now this same technique is even more present during the second half of the song, where Brent sings on, again, a sparse but musically interesting 3-track instrumental. Bad Luck is another track that follows that same simplistic R&B approach, with a nod to Brent's early 90s inspiration. Consisting of the drums, bass, piano, and various other counter melodies, Brent uses these instruments to further solidify his vocal delivery. Even after going through and analyzing some of these tracks, you still might be wondering, how can I use these techniques? Well, let me show you. Normally, basses take up that lower to lower mid frequency. However, I drench this bass in a lot of chorus and reverb to emulate that sort of somber, sad, atmospheric vibe that Brent likes to do on songs like Rehab, Winter in Paris. One of the first things that I started off with is the pads, and I did that in order to set that atmospheric, spacey vibe that's normally present throughout these type of songs. Now the next part is the percussion. I kept it really simple and only added a finger snap. Right now this is simple again, but it's very effective in carrying the bounce of the composition. Now another element that I added to the composition is some additional synths and air candies. I have a synth playing Hair, to further emphasize the pause. And towards the end of the composition, I added some strings to build more tension to the ending. Now for the next thing is the Wurli. I sort of wanted to have something in the background like a pluck with like a lot of reverb and stuff, just to sort of fill up that space. Now coming up next, I wanted like a distorted pluck to fill up that atmosphere, like some sort of distorted landscape texture sort of thing to add more substance to the composition. For the intro, I wanted something to segue into the rest of the composition. So I grabbed my bass and I played some bass chords and bass harmonies to sort of add more substance again to the composition. And finally, the last addition is the vocal. For this, I tried to emulate and recreate Brent's vocals and how he normally stacks melodies and harmonizes with himself and the instrumental. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I really appreciate y'all for watching and supporting me. I wouldn't have been able to do this video without the Patreon, so shout out y'all, and I'm gonna catch y'all in a bit though. Peace.